once told my boss, "She has been to the client meeting." And he looked confused for a whole minute.
Wait, what was wrong with that, Hailey?
She wasn't back yet, Ryan. She was still there. I should have said, "She has gone."
One tiny word, and the whole meaning flips.
Exactly. Welcome back to Everyday English, everyone. I'm Hailey.
And I'm Ryan. Today, we're taking on one small verb that quietly causes more confusion than almost any other in English.
Go. Just 5 letters, but it has 5 different faces. Go. Goes. Went. Gone. Going.
And most learners never really learn the difference. They just guess.
Not after today. By the end of this lesson, you'll feel every single one of these instantly.
No 20 rules, just one simple story.
Ryan, be honest. Have you ever frozen between "did you went" and "did you go"?
Constantly. My mouth wants to say went because it feels like the past.
And that instinct isn't stupid at all. It's actually logical. It's just not how English works.
So it's not really my fault?
No, nobody ever showed you the shape of this verb. They just handed you a list.
A list of 5 forms and dozens of rules.
Exactly. But every single one of these forms tells a piece of the same story.
A story?
Yes. Think of go as someone leaving a room, and every form just shows you a different moment of that journey.
I like that already.
Let's start at the very beginning. Go is the base form, the moment someone steps toward the door.
I go to work every day.
Exactly, a regular habit. Or after a modal, I can go. You should go. We will go.
What about goes?
Same moment, same door, but only for he, she, or it.
Ooh.
That little S at the end is easy to forget, but it's the whole rule for third person.
He go to work sounds wrong the second you hear it.
It really does. He goes, always with the S.
So go is for I, you, we, they. And goes is only for he, she, it.
That's the whole secret of the front door.
Now, Hailey, what about when the trip is already finished?
That's went. The person already walked through the door and it's over.
I went to Paris in 2020.
And here's the beautiful part, Ryan. Went is the same word for everyone. I went, you went, he went, they went.
No changes at all?
None. One simple past word for every person. But there's a trap.
A trap?
Did you went there?
That sounds so natural to say, honestly.
I know, but after did, we go back to the base form. Did you go there?
Because did already carries the past feeling.
Exactly. Did is already the past. You don't need went to say it twice.
So The trip already happened is went, but only when there's no did in front of it.
Now, Ryan, here's the moment that confuses even advanced learners.
The empty chair, right?
Yes. Imagine your friend's chair at the dinner table. It's empty.
Where did they go?
If I say she has gone to the store, picture that chair. It's still empty. She hasn't come back.
She's still out there somewhere.
Exactly. Gone means left and still away.
What about been?
Been means she went and she's already sitting back in that chair right now.
So the chair is full again.
Full again. I have been to Paris means I went and I came back. I'm here with you right now.
But I have gone to Paris would mean I'm still there. I couldn't even say that to you in person.
Exactly. Because if you're talking to me, you obviously came back.
This is honestly the moment it clicks for me, Hailey.
He has gone to work. He's at his desk right now, not here.
He has been to work. He went, and now he's home again.
Same trip, completely different chair. Let's test this, everyone. I'll give the mistake. Ryan, you fix the chair.
Ready.
He go to work every day.
He goes to work. Third person needs the S.
Did you went to the party?
Did you go to the party? Base form after did.
She has been to work, but she's actually still there right now.
She has gone to work. The chair is empty. She hasn't returned.
I am go home.
I am going home. Continuous needs the ing.
Yesterday he goes there.
Yesterday he went there. Past tense drops the S completely.
You just fixed 5 real mistakes, Ryan, without opening a single grammar book.
What about going, Hailey? Where does that fit the story?
Going is the moment someone's hand is already on the door handle.
Right now. In motion.
I am going to the store right now. It's happening as we speak.
Or a plan for later.
Exactly. The other big use. I am going to study tomorrow. A plan already sitting in your mind.
So going to is often more planned than will.
Right. I will is a decision you're making right now. I'm going to is a decision you already made earlier.
That's such a small difference with a big meaning.
It really is, Ryan.
If you're listening to this late tonight, replaying a text you sent with the wrong form,
Let it go completely.
this verb confuses native level learners too, honestly.
I made this exact mistake once in front of my own manager. I still remember the silence after.
Imagine yourself a few weeks from now saying, she has gone to the meeting without a single pause.
That version of you is closer than you think.
We all started exactly where you are right now. Let's play a quick round, everyone. I'll say a sentence with a blank. Ryan fills it in. Bring it on. Yesterday, I blank to the park. Went. Past. No did in front. Did you blank to the concert? Go. Base form after did. My sister blank to university every day. Goes. Third person, present. He has blank to work. He's not home yet. Gone. The chair is still empty. I am blank to call you later. Going. A plan already in my head. Perfect score, Ryan. Now it's your turn, everyone listening. Go to the comments and write one sentence for each form. Go, went, gone, going. We read every single comment and reply to as many as we can.
Let's lock the whole story into your memory, Ryan.
Do and goes are the door. Went is the finished trip. Gone is the empty chair. Going is the hand on the handle right now.
One journey, 5 moments. That's the entire secret.
If this finally made it click for you, hit that like button. It truly helps us.
And subscribe to Everyday English, because we have so many more small words that hide big confusion.
Keep practicing, keep speaking.
Until next time, everyone.
Bye, and see you in the next lesson.